Hi crafters, this is Cindy B with Mrs. B's craftroom.blogspot.com. Today we're here with video episode 12 in the video series that I'm doing with the Gypsy and the Cricket. Today we are going to make a Halloween pumpkin slider card. I had made a slider card previously with the cupcake cartridge, the Sweet Treats, and so this week I'm going to make a slider card using the Create a Critter cartridge and also the Happy Hauntings cartridge. So let's get started. So on our mat, we've got, let me zoom in just a little bit here for you. On our mat, I have already started with my pumpkin pieces. So you'll notice I've got the pumpkin piece here. Let's see, let's go to our mat, and this came from Create a Critter. So if I go to Create a Critter, I can pull up the pumpkin, which is, here we go. It's the bottom, on the bottom key, the 1, 2, 3, 4 from the end on the bottom row. So I've selected that pumpkin. I've gone back to my mat and I've sized the pumpkin at 4.65 by 4.18. And then I've used the copy feature, which is over here under the Advanced tab. Use the copy feature. And let's see, let's go ahead and separate that so I can show you how to do it. So I've copied it. And now I've got two pumpkins the exact same size. What I want to do is flip this pumpkin. So under the Advanced tab, there is a flip key, and there's two flip keys. There's one flipping vertically and one flipping horizontally. So this one we want to flip horizontally. So we'll select that one, and it's flipped. And let's see. And we just want to scooch it up onto that card, and if we zoom in on it, we'll see what we want to do is create the card so that it's touching each other, so when it cuts out, we weld it together, it cuts in one piece. One thing we also want to do is make sure that the two images are exactly the same, so when they cut and we score the fold line, that the card will line up exactly. So the way that you can do that is under the Basic tab. You'll see if I highlight in blue the first pumpkin, it tells me that the X is at 0.79 and the Y is at 7.29. If I select the second pumpkin, it tells me the X is at 0.72. I really want that to be at 0.79 so that the X's, which is this way, which is vertically, line up together, so when it cuts, it's cutting the same, it's all equal. So let's go ahead and increase that to 79. And then the Y mark, which is horizontally, won't make a difference because they're not going to be the same horizontally. We just want to make sure that they're the same vertically. So now they're the same. And I'm going to select my group feature, which is the little ball with the square there. So I'm going to highlight that, highlight the second pumpkin, and then highlight the group feature again to turn it off. Go into the Advanced tab. I've already highlight the weld button, and then highlight the eyeball, and we'll see that it's cut out our pumpkin, whoops, all in one piece. Do you see that there? Okay, so that's going to be our card base. So now we want to make the card face for the pumpkin. And so what I did is I went back into Create a Critter, and I found the layer, which is layer 1, under the Create a Critter, and I pulled up that cute little pumpkin face. And so the problem with this image is that it has that, if you can see that, I'll move it, it has a little area cut out here for the stem, and I didn't want that to cut because we're making a card face, a card front. This is going to be the front of the card. So what I did is I went into Georgian Basic Shapes, picked up an oval, just made it a small enough size, and then positioned it right on top there and welded it. So now when I hit the little eyeball, you'll see that instead of cutting out that little indentation there, it goes up and cuts the top of that oval and makes a smooth mark all the way around. So that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, and okay, so then if we go back, now we're going to make the little insert that's going to go into the slider part of the card. And this is where I'm using the witch's hat from, let's see, where was that from? Mini Monsters. So let's go to Mini Monsters cartridge. And we're going to select the hat, which is blue, 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 blue. Where's the hat? There it is, down here. The first key in the last line. So I've selected the hat, brought it back to the mat, and I've sized the hat at 3.02 by 3.59. Now I want to make something to attach to the hat that will actually slide into the pumpkin. See, the idea is that this is going to slide. Whoops. Let's group those. That this is going to slide into. All right, it's not wanting to work with me. All right, there we go. So it's going to slide into that pumpkin and leave the hat as the topper. So what I want to do is I went to Georgian Basic Shapes and picked up a basic square. This one has the sides rounded, and brought that into the mat, and I've sized that at 3.36 by 2.64, and I've basically just scooched it up. There we go. Onto the hat. So now when we go to I've welded it, and when we go to the little eyeball, you'll see it cuts out all as one piece. So there's I've got the little slider portion for my card. All right, so now what we're going to do is create some of the embellishments for the hat, and I did that on the second layer, and I basically cut and paste that little white square. I want to cut that in white. The hat I'm going to cut in black, and this I want to cut in white so that it has a white front, so I can put my sentiment on that. And then I've got the layer pieces for the hat here that we'll just cut out in different colors of paper. So I'm going to go off and cut this out, and we'll be right back and we'll put this together.